Believe it or not, but Kingdom Death Monster, Adam Poots, has actually delivered another product, which is pretty remarkable. Not because I didn't think it was going to happen, but because the Gambler's Chest, I feel like, just arrived so recently, and now we're getting the Black Knight expansion. I also think there's a few other things in the works that are coming down the line soon. I love that we're at the stage in the Kingdom Death journey where we're starting to see the fruition of 4, 5, 6 years worth of content and work and dedication and creativity by the team actually show up on the table in front of us. The Black Knight expansion is one of those that I have actually played one of the scenarios in here before. This is one of those expansions that has been at Gen Con a few times and talked about quite a bit. I'm very excited to see what is inside this box. I love the cover, by the way. I kind of want all the expansions released in something like this, although I guess they probably don't have enough components to justify it. But I'm extremely excited to see exactly what it is that has been officially produced, what we have been sent, and how we can incorporate it here on the channel. Now, for any of you that have been enjoying and watching along with our Gambler's Chest coverage, I have missed the last few weeks of posting that campaign. That game is still up and running. It is still in the belly of my board game table, where you've seen it all been recorded. It is going to come to fruition. The last few weeks I've been working on getting ahead on the channel, figuring out the balance, since I'm doing this as a solo operation and Shira's actually working full-time back at the hospital. It's a lot. It probably takes about 8 to 12 hours per video to finish the Kingdom Death edits throughout the week, and oftentimes I find that I've already made it to Friday and I haven't had time to sit down, process, work, edit, add in the card overlays, add in all the extra little details we do to make them as watchable as possible. So please forgive me for the delay. I promise this channel is and will always be obsessed with Kingdom Death Monster, and we have more stuff on the way to you as soon as possible. Okay, let's dive in. So we have our different Squires. This is going to be, I believe, a little mini campaign, which means maybe we could play and cover the Black Knight without the commitment that the giant Kingdom Death requires. But we have Squire Kane, Squire Elle, Squire Lola, and Squire Owen. We'll look at those little charts here in a bit. We have a few pieces of punchable media. One of the cool things about the Black Knight is all this terrain that's interactive that you can bump up against. We have the Squires of the Citadel. This is a 5-lantern-year campaign. I'm hoping that this becomes one of the go-to ways to introduce people into Kingdom Death. Hey, you want to learn the game? We could play the Giga Lion for a one-shot. We could play the Squires for a little 5-part, or then we could dive into hardcore Kingdom Death. This book is beautiful. This is really nice. I love opening up a new book. Black Knight. The bell stands silent in the settlement, an unanswered question. Until the day the red-haired stranger arrives, in that moment the survivors hear the peal of the bell and know the answer in their hearts. Survivors will ascend the mountainside to face off with the Black Knight in its crumbling citadel. Thrashing and bouncing like ragdolls, they will cling to the edge or make a final beautiful fight into the gloom. This might be one that I attempt to play solo. It's a lot. It's a big commitment, but I'm not opposed to it. Would you be interested in watching a solo session of Kingdom Death with me running it? Shira helps me guard the rules pretty carefully. And waiting bell. Our bell was waiting when we arrived. It waited silently as we grew up around it. It waited as the lantern years passed on into stories. We did not know that we were waiting too until the stranger arrives. Add the bell, add the bell, add the bell. So this allows you to incorporate the Black Knight expansion into your main game as well. The bell rings. Darkened workshop. Oh man. There's just something about, seeing new artwork coming from the world of Kingdom Death. Mountain Ascent. Showdown. The Black Knight. The monster crept to the cliff edge and lifted its muzzle to the sky. It drew a breath so deep the clinging fog churned up on the mountainside. Tasting the air of far-off plains, it searched for a familiar scent. Its dispirited cries sailing on the wind. Man. This is one of the first models that I remember having and building and thinking was super epic cool as well. Scramble to survive. We're going to be climbing the inverted mountain. Squires Campaign. The Squires Campaign is a short tale of 4 squires struggling under the weight of obligation. Overhead, a temperamental guardian broods, wrecking their sacred citadel with its moods. Like other campaigns of Kingdom Death Monster, each lantern year follows the cycle of settlement, hunt, and showdown phases. The unique events on the Squires lantern years are described one lantern year at a time. Each lantern year's rules specify the choices and outcomes that face the Squires during each game phase. Play them in order, leading to the campaign's conclusion at the end of Lantern Year 5. This campaign uses the Monster core game rules and story events in this section, and components included in this expansion. Starting the Squires Campaign. Looks like there's going to be, maybe, is that a philosophy card, possibly? The Feral Guardian, Lantern Year 1. The Mountain Lion, The Quest, Glimpse into the Future, Secrets, Squires Campaign, Revelations. Oh, man. I think I might just try to run this one solo. Set it up right here, have a nice romantic board game session with you, the audience. Let's see what else we have here. We have a few settlement event cards. It rang, Jousting, and Knighting. Okay. We have a stack of item cards. Looks like we have some brand new seed pattern cards. I'm not going to break down all of the gear. I might do separate videos doing that. But honestly, Fen does better coverage of strategic gear stuff than I think I could ever produce. So I don't know that I want to compete with someone who knows the game inside and out like that. Count Sandals, Count Tabard, Count Trekka, Count Vest, Count Wrappings, Errol Boots, Errol Jaw Guard, Errol Raiment, Errol Sleeves, Errol Tassets, Marconissus Blouse. Why give me all these words that I don't know how to say? Something Gloves, something Gorette, something Solorettes, something Trousers, Black Knight's Badge. We have, oh, that's cool, Iron Hand, Giant Freaking Sword, Black Gauntlet, Campaign Bag, Everburn, Fellbrant, Magnum Knives, Portable Waterphone, Shrieking Bow, Wraith, Piercing Claws, Clasping Shield. Okay. What else do we have in here? We have the terrain. So like I said, there's all these different pieces of terrain on the board that you'll actually be able to interact with, shatter. It's also up on top of a mountain, which means you can get completely pushed off the edge, like thrust down the side of the mountain. We have some knowledge cards. And we have another knowledge card. Duty Bound. So these are going to go into the Monster deck. We have our little organizer cards. We have the hit locations. We have the vignette survivors. So I'm going to leave the hit location stuff closed up. But I do want to take a quick look at this pack of cards here. So, how many vignette survivors do we have? Okay, we have Kane, Ella, Lola, and Owen. Kane is proficient with swords, level 6, and carries a black gauntlet rare gear. The most stalwart of the Squires, he is first to explore the forgotten granaries of the Citadel. With the odds against him, he is a fighting art clutch fighter. Okay, nice. So we have our characters that we can play. We have the various terrain here. Bell, statue, urns, and rubble, which are going to be running into during the course of the game. We have some cool little tactics cards, things that you can learn. We have the Squire campaign cards. I won't show those. We have the seed pattern cards for Piercing Claws and Clasping Shield. We have some brand new secret fighting arts for Hard-Headed and Sacred Code. We have some general pattern cards here, so not seed patterns. How many of those do we have? Count Sandals. Okay, this is going to be for all the gear that we have here. So this is the marketplace that we have. Instead of having, we have a set of pattern cards instead of having like a big marketplace from this guy. We have brand new AI cards for the Lion, Cat Scream, Wide Eye Stare, and Mountain Predator. So this is going to be a personality of the White Lion that allows him to actually climb and scale the inverted mountain. Innovations, we have Bell of Challenge, Toppling Bell, and Blackguard Code. Some brand new fighting arts here, Escape Artist, Feral Strength, and Piercer. And finally, a few disorders for us to get. Dishonorable, Maladroit, and Photophobia. You're afraid to fall, you are not sure-footed, and there is no high road. And of course, we have our sets of miniatures, which I'm going to have to go ahead and break open and get ready to play. I don't know, I think if I play it through once on my own and then I film, like I give it a good run, you know, at least get the first scenario or two out of the way so I'm familiar with the gear. I think a little 5-part campaign is something that I could actually feasibly do. Shira will want to play with me though, so maybe I wait for her to not be as occupied at work. So a couple weeks maybe, and we go ahead and keep posting the Gamblers campaign. I know everyone's going to say like, don't start a new campaign if you're already working through a big one, but you know, we can have multiple campaigns going at the same time. We do like this. All right, that is a quick little unboxing and overview of the Black Knight expansion. Really excited to check this out. It's cool to have more stuff coming from Kingdom Death. It feels good. Like, I saw a lot of people posting in the Facebook group. This was a surprise for a lot. Like, a lot of people didn't know this was, you know, going to be showing up and arriving as soon as it has been. So, I also like Kingdom Death moving towards some smaller box experiences. I do wish that this could be its own little standalone thing, because I think that'd be a great way to introduce the game to people and get people into the doors. But, you know, we'll be patient with them for now while we try to talk them into producing a version of Kingdom Death that is this size. All right, let me know. Are you excited? Have you opened yours up yet? Should I wait for Shira to do a little 5-part campaign, or should I just try to tackle it myself in the next week or two? Let me know. Whatever the case, whatever you do, though, remember to do the important thing. Get out and play some games. We'll see you later.